Okay, so this is Ocean of Fear. We got Mark Hamill as, was it the Fear Feaster?
Yes.
Okay, I love that name. That comes out of Finn's belly button and tells him that he's afraid of the ocean. And interesting thing to be afraid of.
Because he's not afraid of rivers or oceans or wells,
yeah, or lakes,
deep
but
wells.
yeah, the rivers are fine, lakes are fine, but oceans for some reason really freak him out. And so Jake tries to pretty much baptism through fire, just throw him literally in the middle of the ocean, tie him to a bed, and let him kind of drown in it until he gets used to it. But that doesn't really work, and they instead get a submarine because the 3 steps turn to 4, 5, 6 steps because Jake is terrible at counting. And eventually Finn kind of overcomes his fears, but then the wise men from his fart, I think, that he did fart him out,
that's my
right?
guess, yeah.
Okay, because I heard a fart and then this limo comes out. They come out and say, no, you are brave, everybody has something, so you'll be okay, and I think that was it, right?
Pretty much. You also get a good view of the whole post-apocalyptic thing.
Yeah,
underwater.
underground. You see a lot of the buildings there and buses and cars that are under. Which I love that because they go down there and is Jake saying, "See, the ocean's not that bad." It's like, wow, you're right. This is okay. When honestly, if you knew what that was, you realize this is a horrible thing to be looking at.
There's a house where the top is blown off and you still see the skeleton family sitting on the couch.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and actually when they're doing the thing with Jake where he jumps on Jake and he finally jumps on that one little island looking thing, if you look, there's
the tank.
The tank, and there's a wrecked cruise ship or some sort of ship.
Well, yeah,
there.
I was gonna say because the in that one episode, whatever the river of garbage, you sort of think well, that could also sort of be stuff, just what happened to all the garbage in the world, whatever.
Yeah.
And the one thing I really like in this one, I love the slapstick in this one.
Yeah.
Anytime he jumps on top of Jake and he just keeps beating him, his bread and butter, which I really like.
Or when he hits himself with the wrench and it's that sounds.
Yeah, no, that was good. Well, that's one I almost wonder if, because a lot of times censors will be like, "What, you can't do that. That's too aggressive." I wonder if that's something. Well, because I'm wondering if when he hit his head, if that was actual creative choice, that's what they wanted to do, or if they said if censors no, that sound effect would be too hard, and we don't want kids really hurting themselves, so just make that maybe. So could be. I've heard weirder stories. There's really weird censor stories, but and then the other thing I really like about this one is, the only way I can describe it is kind of like the Ren and Stimpy faces, where it's you'll get a lot of wrinkles and see the gums and the teeth and stuff like that. There's a lot of that from Finn in this one. It's really funny.
Because he's scared.
Well, it's just, I love it when they make the characters look so scared, they look like 80-year-old demons or something.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how to describe it. Or what are those troll faces you see and stuff like that kind of look like those. And yeah, there's just a lot of those in that it really cracked me up. So, Mark Hamill's funny, he's still,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, he must just have that slime ball voice down, because, it's obviously not his natural voice, but whenever he does a voice, it always seems to be, yes, oh, let's talk. I mean, it's he really likes that slime ball voice, so, I thought it was great as that, Fear Feaster. I like the design, too, of it. I like how it had a mustache.
Yeah.
For, no real reason. So, no, I thought it was good. Well, how about you guys?
One thing I want to say that I really like about this, there are so many shows you watch where the characters are confronted with their deepest fears. And it seems within the matter of 24 hours, they are able to confront and conquer those deepest, darkest fears. And it's okay, this show actually does a more realistic job of someone dealing with their deepest fear, because even in the end, he's still terrified of that ocean.
Yeah,
he doesn't conquer it.
He's gotten much better, and he's gotten deeper, no pun intended, into it, but at the same time, you're right, he's still, when he wakes up and he's in the ocean, he's and he's panicking, so it is sort of baby steps, but you're right, he hasn't really conquered it.
And like I said, there's so many shows where it seems to be so easy to conquer your fear, and this one it's no, it's not that easy. you're still going to be afraid of things. And then the wise men come out and they're like, no, everyone has a flaw, everyone has a fear, and it's okay. That's what makes you a good person, is that you have a flaw.
Well, and what I like about this is that, you know, he can't bring himself to go into the ocean. You know, he's too scared, but he knows his friend out there, so he just does the only thing he can think of, which is knock himself out, go down there, and he knows he'll panic when he's down there, but at least he'll be down there to help him. So it's, again, I think there is a lot of truth to that. You know, I always say a sign of a really good, like, character, at least a good hero, is not that they're not afraid of anything, but that they're very afraid, but they'll do it anyway. They'll still go into it and do what they can to work with it or confront the fear, whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, again, you see that here. I mean, even if it's as silly as just knocking himself out and going to the bottom, he's still putting himself in something he does not really want to put himself through. You know, and he's, like, deathly afraid of. But as for his friends, so, you know, adds up okay.
Now, Jory, you have something in common with this episode.
Secret. I've got a secret.
What's the secret?
I can't swim.
Really?
I can't swim. I'm afraid of water. This does not mean that I don't shower because I do. I'm just saying.
That's not true, Sheila.
No.
No, I'm not. Does not smell good.
But it's, and I really like this episode because of that. It's an irrational fear, and nobody's saying that it's rational, but it is what it is. It just is, and I love the three wise men. It's all right, because we're all flawed, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means there's something different or kind of wrongish, kind of irrational about you, and we're all irrational, and I think what Jake was doing was kind of, and I'm probably looking too much into this, but like there's something called immersion therapy, especially for like,
I got
the
that
OCD
too.
people and stuff, and I thought that was really neat because it is kind of in a way. I mean, how are you going to get over your fear? You want to get over it. It's not like people that are scared of, you know, things. I mean, you can laugh at me because I'm scared of water. I don't swim. Go ahead, I give permission. You know, but I can laugh at you. Or you know, for being scared of spiders. It's irrational. And
I'm not afraid
but,
of
you know,
spiders, just throwing that out there. I'm not.
But the fact of the matter is, you can't, if you could fix it just by thinking, well, I shouldn't be, then nobody would be afraid of anything. It is what it is, and I thought it was a really neat way of showing everybody, for one, again, it just happens to everybody. This happens to be his particular fear, is the ocean. You're right. Lakes, streams, it's no big deal. I'll shower. I swear, I shower.
I don't think you have to convince them. I think they'll believe you. Don't worry.
They probably smell me.
They can smell you through the internet.
Oh.
No, actually, that was something I really like too. When he's just like, you know, all right, let's get started. Boom, and the house falls apart, and they're in the ocean. And I did laugh at that because you're right. Because this is sort of the immersion therapy, just sort of like, you know, throw them right into it and just sort of slowly but surely. Or I guess not that slowly, really. You know, just let him get used to it.
See, for me, it was a bit more of Jake kind of not realizing how to deal with the fear. Because he's like, oh, guess what? I'm just literally going to throw you in the water. And guess what? Step 3, I'm just going to shove you under the water. And it was like, he doesn't realize that it's small steps.
Well, there is definitely a way, and I've seen I've seen this done before. I'm not saying it always works or try it, but you know, like. I've seen people have, like, a horrible fear of bees, and sometimes, you know, like, what they'll do is that they'll throw them in the middle of, like, you know, a bee's nest or something like that, and that's the idea, and they try to talk them through it and stuff. I mean, I think the idea is, like, once you go through that, you know, and come through it okay, you know, that's what, like, the biggest step you can take, but
yeah,
everyone's different, so I'm not, if you have, like, a fear of bees, I wouldn't say try that, you know, but it has to be very carefully done and very, you know, carefully taken care of. But yeah, no, I definitely seen that method done before. I don't know if Jake's aware it's a method.
Definitely, I don't know.
Here's the thing, is that part of the reason why I'm so scared is because that method was was used on me when I was a kid.
Really?
I was already afraid of water, and my mother had this cockamamie, I don't even know who this son of a bitch was. I was really little, you guys. And it just put me in the water, and he's like, all right, we're gonna dunk your head in the water, hold your breath. And I was screaming. I mean, I was like really little, like maybe like 4 or 5 or something, screaming at the top of my lungs, okay, here we go, 1, 2, 3. And he like literally just like dunked me and held me down. I mean, there was no, I mean, it wasn't like I was in there anyway I didn't even want the stupid swimming lessons to begin with. I was clearly upset and distressed, and his idea was, well, you're in the water, let's keep going. So
Now you see why Jory has a very good connection with this episode. She was Finn in this episode.
No, I can
you
definitely
know,
see that.
and as an adult, yeah, I know it's stupid, and I'm sure, and I'll go in the water. I just, you know, it's not like, I don't know, it just, it's irrational.
Well, since you were so brave and
was.
so open in confessing that stuff like that, I will confess something as well.
Do it.
And it's actually much more embarrassing than yours. And it's not a
Sweet.
fear. No, it's not a fear, but it's something I can't do. Okay, you said if you can't swim and stuff like that. And this is totally true. I'm gonna totally embarrass the shit out of myself right now. I can't ride a bike.
No, neither
Neither
can
can
I.
Shane.
You can't ride it either?
can't.
Soul
Oh
system!
my God.
Oh my god, no, that's okay, but here's the funny thing, and people have tried to teach me, but I had an eye problem outside of this. You know, if you ever wonder why there's so many misspellings, I mean, it's not exactly dyslexia, but it's kind of along those lines. But yeah, so I didn't keep balance very well, and they tried to teach me. It's just like, you know, we'll just get to it another time, man, because it's just getting dark and everything. It just never came around. So now I sort of wear as like a badge of, whatever, didn't ride a bike, so what? It's like my weird quirk or whatever. But the funny thing is that, okay, when someone says they can't swim, it's like, oh, you poor thing, I know, wow, isn't that something? Whenever you say you can't ride a bike, it's like, what the hell's wrong with you? You can't ride a bike? What the hell, you whim, you weirdo? What? Okay, swimming, like, if you fall in water, you need it to survive. You know, you need, and it's very probable at some point, you know, you'll come across water and need to swim or something like that. But when is there ever a moment where you need to ride a bike to survive?
Being
Okay,
chased by a zombie horde.
zombies can use bikes. I'm assuming. Have you ever given a zombie a bike? No. So you don't know.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they can
Yeah.
drive. No, you know what? I would drive a friggin' car. They're faster and they would pollute the hell out of those zombies. So I'm all for that. So I never saw the point of like, not the point, but like why everyone's like, you know, oh, you can't ride a bike. Ah, oh, you can't swim, you poor thing. I'm like, dude, it's like they're both whatever. So
Maybe people are better than you.
Loser. Because I can both ride a bike and swim. So
well, now there is nothing unique about you. No, but you're missing
That's
out on
true.
some. You were missing out on some great pity here. You're missing out a lot of people
That's
saying,
true.
"Oh, you poor thing. You're so brave to come out on the vlog and say that." Just poor thing. And everyone's like, "Who's that jerk who was just like, you're a loser?" See, now everyone's gonna hate you.
I'm dyslexic. Take that.
Actually, this is kind of weird. So it's like,
Yeah.
can't ride a bike, kind of dyslexic. Can't ride a bike, can't swim. Slightly dyslexic.
No,
that's all you
I
get.
am dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
actually
Okay,
is,
dyslexic.
Yeah.
And that's all you got.
Yeah.
Can we make it so you can't swim either?
I'm epileptic.
There you
We'll
go.
go with that. Okay. So here we go. 3 very screwed up people on this couch now.
We're flawed.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should marry each other.
I think you two would need to get a divorce first.
More gifts.
No.
Just
I think
say
I'd
more
rather
gifts.
marry myself.
We can hoist you from a rope.
And a narcissist. So this is nice. This is a good setup here.
Well, we can
So-
hoist you from a rope. And I'll
That-
grow a beard.
I would never
And you can
touch your
touch my beard? Oh.
Never.
Who would have thought time on the couch today would actually be time on the couch, like a therapy couch here?
Yeah,
This
that's
is
a good
kind of
point.
scary.
Yeah.
Let's go ride some bikes.
Mostly wrong. Yeah, you go do that. I'll go take a shower. I really, really need to shower.
They really should get a divorce.